Hello Gemini, this is your 2016 to 2017 annual forecast. And it's an exciting year ahead. It's going to be very busy. You're a mutable sign and there's lots of planets and eclipses happening in mutable signs. So I think you're going to be very comfortable with a lot of the goings on. But just be prepared for a very busy year on many levels. One of the biggest things to share with you is that all the slow-moving planets are either in cardinal signs, which are all about being proactive, being a leader, taking risks, taking action. So we've got Pluto here in Capricorn in your 8th house. For many of you, you've been doing a lot of digging, a lot of things have had to be sorted out, transformed, connected with money and finances, your self-image, how you see yourself, your self-confidence. And Pluto's really probably brought about a lot of inner changes. And you have to be proactive about those changes as well. We've also got Uranus here in your 11th house, another cardinal sign in your 11th house. There's been a lot of changes for you, Gemini, in your friends, in the people around you. You've wanted to create all kinds of different kinds of friends, and also a lot of changes connected with your dreams, your wishes, what you want for yourself has been changing a great deal and probably is going to change somewhat between now and 2019. March of 2019, all that time that Uranus is going to still be in that 11th house. We've also got the mutable energies. We've got Saturn for the next 2 years in a mutable sign opposite your sun. So Saturn in your 7th house of relationships, Geminis. There's going to be some restructuring going on for you. It's probably already started in connection with your relationships. Some of you with Saturn there may well go into a marriage, really go into a serious, committed relationship. Some of you may end a serious relationship during this time and say, hey, you know, it's time for completion. It's not really quite what's making us both happy, and it's time for an ending as well. So it can go either way, but very often there's more reality, a dose of reality coming into your relationships this year. And as I said, all the eclipses in mutable signs. At the end of the video, I will show you all the important dates. They will be listed, so don't worry if you miss some of the things as I'm going through the year for you. So let's start out with the eclipses. The eclipses are in March and September. And so on March the 9th, we've got a solar eclipse happening here in your 10th house of career, joining Neptune here. So a solar eclipse, new beginnings in your career. Maybe some good news, maybe an opportunity to be more public, to be more out there, if that's what you're looking to do. With Neptune there, many of you may be getting involved with films, with media, with video in some way, any kind of artistic visual media, that too could be coming up for you. And do keep in mind that the eclipses, the energies start often a few weeks before, and they can last for at least 6 months after, and sometimes even years afterwards. Now on March the 23rd, we've got a lunar eclipse happening in Libra, in this lovely 5th house of play, of fun. And a lunar eclipse shines a light on this house. So for some of you, if you've been working on a project or your business or being self-employed, something could come to a culmination at this time. It also could shine a light on maybe the fact that you're not having enough playtime. You're not enjoying yourself. You've not got enough pleasures, hobbies, or maybe making your work into a hobby. Take a risk and say, you know what, I'm going to try it. I love painting, I love art, I love music, whatever it is that you love doing. Let me see if I can make it into a business. And the big news, one of the big part of news this year is that Mars is going retrograde from April the 18th until the end of June. Mars retrograde happens every couple of years and it stays retrograde for about 80 days. So it starts off retrograde in your house of relationships, and then during June it goes retrograde into your 6th house of work and health. So there are certain things that it's not advisable to do during Mars retrograde. If you think about Mars, Mars rules your energy and moving forward. So when it goes retrograde, it's time to not be too proactive and certainly not be aggressive moving forward. So it's not a good time to pick a fight, go into a fight about something, preferably not a good time to start a court case, and certainly while it's in your 7th house, not a good time to start divorce proceedings. It's also not the best time for elective surgery. Mars rules sharp instruments, so ideally if you can avoid surgery during that time. Obviously if it's emergency and you have to have it, that's a different matter, but you've got a choice, then try not to choose it during Mars retrograde. It's also not the best time for anything mechanical. Wouldn't buy anything new that's mechanical, because very often during retrograde Mars it goes wrong and you may need to take it back. So this would be a good time to reflect on relationships and maybe to take a little bit of a back seat and not move directly forward with anything until at least August or September time, because it goes retrograde here in your 6th house until the end of June. And so I would be saying here, with the retrograde here in your 6th house, maybe time to rethink how you use your time, what you're putting your energy into, and where's it going, and is it being productive enough, or are you in true Gemini fashion, some of you Geminis, being a little bit scattered and all over the place. So this Mars retrograde will slow down your energy a little and enable you to see what's really important, what's producing things, and what's really just a lot of hot air. Between May and October, we've got a square going on between Saturn and Neptune. And a square energy is always a sense of a discomfort, a dissonance, pushing you to do something to change a situation. Squares are good, yes? Squares make you do something rather than sitting back. Sometimes with lots of trines and sextiles, they're lovely aspects, but you don't do a lot with them and you just sort of bask and can be a little lazy. A square will push you. So here it's exact between May and October, it's strongest. So I would be saying there may be a dissolving of a relationship here. There may be a dissolving of a situation in work. And I would not be pushing something. Neptune can't be pushed. So Saturn wants reality, it wants to know what's going on, and Neptune wants to live in the dream and doesn't really want to look at what's going on. So it's important, especially here, are you really seeing your career, your work clearly enough? Are you being realistic about your relationships? Yes, you're going to get an opportunity to look at these things, especially between May and October. Now on September the 1st, we've got a solar eclipse happening in Virgo. And this is happening for you here with Jupiter. And Jupiter, planet of good fortune, is here until September the 9th. So we've got Jupiter. Many of you will be moving. And I would say with this solar eclipse here, possibility of a new home, a new environment, a new family around you. Jupiter, for many of you, you may find that you are restless, you want to travel. And there may indeed be some travelling for you during this year, especially the first 9 months of the year. And September the 10th, Jupiter changes sign, Jupiter going into Libra and staying in Libra until October the 10th of 2017. So this here with Jupiter here in your 5th house, what a wonderful time, Geminis, for romance, for love, for starting a business, for growing your own business, doing something creative, something that you love, and for bringing more play and lightness into your life. That should be a very nice aspect starting from September the 10th for you. On September the 16th, we've got a lunar eclipse happening up here. Again, we had the solar eclipse in March, now a lunar eclipse in this house of work. So maybe something new that you start in March can complete or come to fruition in September, or something coming to a head connected with your work, or maybe some recognition for you and some appreciation connected with all the hard work that you've been doing. And between June and July, we've got a super duper aspect, a trine between Jupiter and Pluto. And Jupiter and Pluto here in great aspect, and I've seen people make a ton of money with this aspect. It can happen, and Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, they've got them conjunct in their charts, and we all know how well they've done financially. For you, this could be some great news, maybe somebody wanting to invest into your business. It could be somebody giving you some money, promoting you in some way, and it could mean a lot of success for those of you who are artists in the entertainment field. You too may get a lot of success. And in December, we've got also a very nice aspect between Saturn and Uranus. So this really should lighten up that last month. Anything connected with relationships, you might make a surprise friendship, meet somebody, and it could become serious. So really some very nice possible networking connections and meetings in that last month of the year. So there you have it, my lovely Geminis. It's an exciting year ahead, and for those of you that would like to have a personal reading where I look at your aspects and what the stars are showing for you this year, how you can make best use of those energies, of course I'd be delighted to hear from you. And thank you to so many of you who email me, who comment, who share. I am so appreciative of you all, and from my heart to yours, I'm sending you love and wishing you a wonderful year ahead. Bye for now.